Life was filled with guns.
Brother Goodwin here. God's Final Jubilee program. We got young Megan singing for us. I wish we'd all been ready. My friend, the day is coming sooner than you think. The Lord is coming back. We're in the last days. We're in the last of the last days. One of these days that trumpet's going to sound. And you'll wish you'd been ready. I hope you're ready.
There's no time to change your mind. The sun has come and you've been left behind.
There won't be no time to change your mind. You'll be left behind. Trumpet's going to sound, my friend. The dead in Christ shall raise first, and we which are alive and remain shall be caught up. So shall we ever be with the Lord. I'm looking forward to that day. I'm looking forward to getting rid of this flesh. I'm looking forward to getting rid of sin. Yes, that's right. We've all got it, don't we? You've got sin too. We found out this week that Donald Trump has some sins, didn't we? Oh, the whole country's gone wild over this. We've got senators and congressmen and leaders in the Republican Party all suddenly realizing, oh my goodness, Donald Trump's he's a sinner. We can't support that. Well, what does that mean? What does that mean? That Hillary's not a sinner? And I mean, maybe she's not as bad? Friends, this is an update. This is October, what is it? This is the 9th, October 9th, Sunday. And by the time you listen to this, maybe the debate is already over. The second presidential debate is tonight. Probably going to be a bigger audience tonight than there was for the first debate. And I'm telling you, Mr. Trump's going to have to, he's going to have to do something. He's going to have to come out and run against her tonight. I hope whoever gave him advice last time, I hope that guy has been fired, or I hope Mr. Trump has realized that I didn't get here by doing what that guy told me to do. I got where I'm at by doing what I think the people want to hear. And so, you know what I'm talking about, the video that was just released on purpose by the Hillary campaign via the Clinton National Network there, and CNN and others have released this video of Mr. Trump way back, excuse me, in 2005. And by the way, terrible things that he said on that video. And but you know what? You got a choice to make, and you better wake up. And Senator Mike Lee better wake up, and Paul Ryan better wake up, and some of these other guys, Senator Chaffetz. By the way, Chaffetz, Mike Lee, these are honorable men. I believe these are good men. These are not rhinos. I believe Paul Ryan's a rhino. I believe Senator McCain's definitely a rhino. Mitch McConnell's a rhino. And those are the guys that are the reason why Donald Trump has risen up, because people are sick of this. And people are sick of being lied to. They're sick of sending people to Washington, and they don't do anything. So we're going to get into this today. This is the God's Final Jubilee program. I'm the author of the book God's Final Jubilee. If you don't have that book, you need that book. It's on my website, godsfinaljubilee.com. You can reach me by email, daniel@godsfinaljubilee.com. I challenge you to go to my Facebook page. And the story that I'm going to read to you is a story that I wrote and put on my Facebook page, and it's been shared I don't know how many times. I mean, it's all over the place now. There's thousands of people have seen it, and you're welcome to comment as long as you're kind and don't use any profanity, and you don't have to agree with me. By the way, I'm not telling anybody out there who to vote for. I think you ought to vote your conscience. And my guy didn't make it this time in the primary. I had somebody else that I was wanting. I'll just be honest. Those of you that know me and follow me, I was a Ted Cruz supporter. And I believe he was a strict constitutionalist. I also believe he proved himself. And I really do. I think that he proved who he is. And so let me zoom in a little there for you. But anyway, I'm going to read you some things here. that I wrote on my Facebook page, God's Final Jubilee. Just go to Facebook, type in God's Final Jubilee, and you could read the story there. You can print it off if you want. You can burn it. You can, whatever you want to do there. Well, let me just give you my thoughts here, and because this is the most important election in the history of America. My friend, if this election doesn't go right, America is done. And we may be done anyway. I mean, don't forget, there is a God in heaven. And God seats people on the throne. But I think that God looks down and looks at the hearts of His people and gives them what they deserve. I hope God doesn't give us what we deserve. But let me read you what I said here. First of all, I have said for a year and a half or so now that I do not believe there will be an election. And I haven't changed my mind. I could be wrong. We'll find out in 30, 40 days, won't we? But I have said that I didn't think that this president was going to leave. And we'll just see about that. But that's for another day. But let me just read you the blog that I put on my Facebook page. And please, just give it some thought. I'm trying to get people to think. I'm not trying to tell you how to vote. I'm not trying to tell you, convince you that I'm right. And what I want to try to get you, I want to reason with you tonight. I want you to think for a minute. Concerning Trump, let me say this. We all knew Trump was a playboy all of his life. We all knew it during the primary. Mr. Falwell from Liberty University, he had to have known it when he endorsed him over Ted Cruz. My goodness, there was a Playboy bunny on the wall right here over Donald Trump's shoulder, right here on the wall, right there. You can see it, it's online. There was a picture of a Playboy bunny on the wall behind him when they had their photo op in Donald Trump's office when Mr. Falwell was there, and of course he endorsed him. And that's his business. I'm not mad at anybody. And, it could be that God planned this. It could be that he's the last Trump. You've heard that, right? I'm sure. All right. The man, Mr. Trump's wife has posed nude. You knew that, right? Senator Ryan must have known that. Senator Chaffetz must have known that. Senator Mike Lee surely must have known that, right? Okay. So what's the surprise here? The October surprise comes, and these guys get on their news conferences and they get behind the camera and they're, oh my goodness, my daughters and my wives, I can't support this. Okay, well, follow along here. You all knew this. You all knew this during the primary. These are no secrets. Donald Trump's a playboy. He has been all his life. Now let me say this. There are people who believe that Donald Trump has accepted Christ as his Savior in recent months. I have no evidence of that other than hearsay. I have not heard Donald Trump give a clear testimony of salvation. I can give him the benefit of the doubt. It's not for me to judge. And I'd like to, if I could sit down with him or somebody sit down and say, Donald Trump, are you going to heaven and why? Have you trusted Christ? I'd like to hear a clear testimony. But if he did get born again recently, he's a brand new person. These things are passed away, right? All right, so let me read on here. You all knew this. He's a playboy, been all of his life. He made his money off gambling. And then beauty pageants and all that stuff. So Republicans and the Christian right chose Mr. Trump knowing all this. Are you with me? Knowing that he was a playboy, made his money off gambling casinos and and all this stuff and and that's fine. Okay, so they had to have known this, right? Didn't they, or are they just not very smart? All right, so the Christian right had to know this. Many of us warned of this during the primary, those of us who were for Senator Cruz or maybe you were for some from Rubio and others. In the debates, some of these things came out about who Donald Trump is and some of the things he's done in his past. But our voice was silenced. Okay. Now, since Trump got the nomination, I have begun to support him because I believe this is the most important election in the history of America. By the way, I believe that's why Senator Cruz has also come out and endorsed Mr. Trump. And now, so I got over it. And now I didn't have as much to get over as Cruz did. I mean, my goodness, he attacked Cruz's wife, he attacked his dad, and okay, politics, all right. But all right, so Cruz had a hard time. By the way, I think Cruz gave a tremendous speech at the convention, and I think we ought to take heed to that. He said, "Vote for the person who's going to protect your liberties." Now I ask you tonight, who's going to protect your liberties? Who's going to protect your children and grandchildren's liberties? Hillary Clinton? Good luck with that. Donald Trump? We're not sure. We know what Hillary's going to do. We're not real sure about Trump. But you know what? Trump has surrounded himself with some pretty good people. Now let me read on. So Trump got the nomination. I have decided to give him my support. I got over it. My guy's not on the ballot. I get it. And I'm not writing him in. I'm not wasting my time writing somebody in on a ballot. This isn't about me. This isn't about Ted Cruz. This is not even about Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton. This is about 4 or 5 Supreme Court justices that are going to be chosen by the next president. Did you hear me? Wake up out there in La La Land. Mr. Mike Lee, you are on the top of the list for a Supreme Court justice position. And I don't know if you are now, but my goodness, what do you hope to gain by trashing Donald Trump for something he said 11 years ago when he was maybe even not even the same man he is today? And what are you saying, that Hillary Clinton's better? Okay. All right, this isn't about Trump. It isn't about Hillary. This is about 4 or 5 Supreme Court justices. Are you still with me out there? This is about the Second Amendment. You know what that is, right? Guns. I've got guns. I believe in guns. Jesus said, buy a sword. If Jesus were here today, he'd have said, buy a gun. All right? This is about the Second Amendment. This is about liberty. Liberty. Freedom. Liberty. Who's going to protect our liberties? Who's going to defend the Constitution? This is about Obamacare and health care and your future, and whether you're going to get health care, and whether you're going to have to mortgage or sell your house to get it. This is about fraud and corruption in our government. This is about, yes, treason in our government. That's for another program, but treason's been committed. That's why this election is so big, not just for us, but for the Democrats. If the Democrats lose to Donald Trump, there'll be people going to jail. It's that serious. It's that serious. Now, don't you think they're going to fight and kill and do everything they can to not allow that to happen? I promise you. Now, every Trump supporter knew about his past. They had to. Are you telling me that you're that stupid? Senator Lee, Senator Ryan, Senator McCain, Senator Mitch McConnell, Senator Chafee, are you telling me you didn't know that Donald Trump was a playboy? My goodness, he's been on, how many times has he been on Howard Stern? By the way, that's coming out now. He's been on Howard Stern. It said stupid things on Howard Stern, too. Stupid stuff. Ratings gain, getting ratings. And, well, that's, did he believe some of the stuff he said about his daughter? I don't know. My goodness, that stuff's out there. You mean to tell me you guys didn't vet this man? You didn't know his past when you got behind him finally? Okay, so now it's out there. Is that a surprise to you? Paul Ryan, why are you surprised about this? Why are you guys, Chaffetz and Mike Lee, honorable men, by the way. Those are great men. Those are statesmen. I'm trying to get you to wake up. You mean to tell me you didn't know that stuff was out there? Okay, well, what planet are you? Is Washington, D.C. that cut off from the rest of the planet? Maybe it is. And, all right, Paul Ryan, Senator Chaffetz, Senator Mike Lee, and the rest of you, Carla Fiorini, I think she's a good lady. I think she's conservative. I don't agree with everything about her, but all of a sudden she's come out. I cannot support Donald Trump. Okay, well, what does that mean? What does that mean? That means you didn't know any better, I guess, when you gave him your support. That means you didn't know his past, Carla. My goodness, you suffered the blunt of some of it. And okay, I'm frustrated. I don't know what to say. I don't know. I'm trying to reason with people. You didn't know about his past? Okay, so the Democrats, they duped you. Huh? Oh, the Democrats came out and, hey, let us show you who Donald Trump really is. You boneheads. You boneheads. I don't know what else to say. You stupid boneheads. Oh, can I say that? Some of you are shouting amen right now because you're wanting somebody to say that. What is wrong with you people? You mean the Democrats enlightened you about Donald Trump's past? Didn't enlighten me. Didn't enlighten me a bit. Let me read on here. Let me read on. All right. What is wrong with you? I said. Is this just an excuse, senators and political figures out there on the right wing? Is this just an excuse for you to appear to be on the moral high road so that you can get elected next time? Well, I don't stand with that. I'm above that, and we know I don't stand with that either. But you know what? You knew about it already. All of a sudden, now the Democrats have told us about it. All of a sudden, well, I can't support that. No, I think it's because election's coming up. Are they that stupid? By the way, there's more stuff coming on Donald Trump. Friend, I am voting for the best candidate in November. I'm not telling you who to vote for. You got to do what you believe the Lord wants you to do. I'm trying to get you to think. I'm trying to get you to reason. And because if Hillary Clinton gets elected, we're done. We're done. You say, well, Congress will stop her from doing. Congress has done nothing for 6 years. Nothing. They've had Congress for 6 years. They've done nothing. They've stopped nothing. They haven't stopped one penny of stuff that the president has done. They've given him everything. And they'll give Hillary everything too. She has already said she's going to cancel the Second Amendment by executive order. You really think Congress is going to stand up to that? You think they're going to stop that? Good luck with that. I'm voting for the candidate in November that I think will extend the train wreck a little longer for our children and grandchildren. I'm voting for the candidate who I think is going to give us a chance. The candidate that is running, whom I believe will be best for America. I know who and what Hillary is. She is 1,000 times more evil than Donald Trump. Don't let the left-wing liberals steal our kids' future. It is they who dumped this story at the last minute upon the Republicans while ignoring the blatant evil and the blatant felonies of Hillary Clinton. The email scandals. Did you know the same day that the Donald Trump video came out, did you know WikiLeaks released a bunch of things about her, 2,000 emails that talked about her speeches she gave to Goldman Sachs and these other places? Do you know that those emails prove that she is saying different things to them than she is to the American people? And not hearing about that too much, are we? You know why? Because we're hearing about Donald Trump's past 11 years ago that you already knew about. Mr. Chaffetz, Mr. Mike Lee, Mr. Paul Ryan, and the rest of us already knew about it, and you caved and gave right into the Democrat machine. Shame on you. You're bigger than that. You're better than that. I hope. Let me close with this. I spent 4 years in the United States Navy. From 1978 to 1982, I became second-class machinist mate down the engine room. And I'm not proud of this, but I want to tell you, I didn't get saved till my last year in the Navy. Let me say this. This is all on the Facebook page. You can read this whole article. Let me tell you, I heard all of this crude talk every day of my life on the ship. And by the way, I was probably guilty of some of that myself. No probably about it. Before God, I was guilty of a lot of that. And I didn't get saved till my last year in the Navy. And every day of my life, I heard what Donald Trump said and worse. I promise you, worse than that every day. Who'd I hear it from? My fellow shipmates, the chiefs, and the officers. Didn't matter who they were. I mean, you heard the old statement, cuss like a sailor. Every day, from enlisted men all the way to the chiefs and the officers. I could tell you stories. I could tell you some things that I saw and heard from chiefs and officers that I'd be embarrassed to tell you. Friend, you might be shocked to know that some of the great generals in history, including General Patton, were quite crude men. And by the way, immoral men, many of them. By the way, we could do with a General Patton as president, couldn't we? Are you telling me, Mr. Mike Lee? Are you telling me, Paul Ryan, you wouldn't take a General Patton over Hillary? And he said exact same things. I promise you. Him and other great generals said the same trashy stuff that you heard Donald Trump say on that tape 11 years ago. You might be shocked to know some of the great generals in history were quite crude. Many were immoral. And often immoral. Hey, JFK had some serious issues, didn't he? He was immoral. But none of them, Patton, JFK, and others, none of them commit felonies like Hillary has. None of them were careless with classified information. None of them left fellow soldiers to die like Hillary did. Now I ask you, Mike Lee and Paul Ryan and you, the listeners out there, the viewers, I ask you, you got to decide. Who will you trust with your children's future? Who will you trust with the Second Amendment? Who will you trust to try to replace Obamacare? Who will you trust to stand up for America? Who will you trust to try to stop the illegals from coming in and destroying our nation? Who will you trust to come up with a new tax plan? Who will you trust with the IRS? Hillary left men to die and then lied about it. Hillary took millions of dollars from foreign governments and special interests and gave them political favors, the Clinton Foundation, which, by the way, she gave to and claimed on her taxes, got a tax write-off, giving to herself. And CNN ain't going to tell you that. Hillary lied under oath to Congress more than once. Hillary has said she will end the Second Amendment by executive order. Hillary said abortion is okay all the way until birth. Okay, Trump can be vulgar. Trump has been vulgar in the past. Trump will probably be vulgar in the future. He says a lot of things off the cuff. He's not a politician. He's not a polished speaker who knows how to lie and get away with it. By the way, you see what you get. What you get's what you see. What you see is what you get. Hillary lies. Remember this, Mike Lee, Senator Chaffetz, Senator McCain, Paul Ryan, Carla Fiorini, and all the others. And anyone hearing me and watching this video tonight, when you walk away from Trump, you're walking, when you walk away from Trump for talking crude 11 years ago, you are also walking away from Mike Pence and many other good men that Trump has surrounded himself with. You're also walking away from the choices of choosing 4 or 5 Supreme Court justices that will possibly save our nation from utter destruction. You're walking away from that. But you're not only walking away from that, you are turning to Hillary and Bill Clinton, who will destroy your children's future. Guaranteed. I'm sorry, but I have to question the judgment of folks who are talking like this. I got to question the judgment of Senator Mike Lee and Senator Chaffetz. And I got to question the judgment of the rhinos, McCain and Paul Ryan and Mitch McConnell, my senator. I got to question them. I got to question their reasoning here. And my goodness, what are they thinking? My friend, the Lord's coming back. Now you got a choice to make. And you can choose to turn your back on the Trump group, the Trump whatever you want to call it, the platform and the men that he has surrounded himself with. You can say, okay, what he said 11 years ago, I can't live with that. Then you'd have to turn your back on General Patton and a whole bunch of other generals who have saved our skins and who have been great leaders. I'm not endorsing, I'm not saying that anything that they've said is okay. As far as talking bad and being crude about women and things like that. But I'm saying, wake up, my friend. Because Bill Clinton not only said the same things that Mr. Trump has said, Bill Clinton has acted on those things. Bill Clinton is a felon. Bill Clinton is accused of rape by several women. I don't know if any of that's been proven. And by the way, Bill Clinton was inappropriate with was she 19 years old? Monica Lewinsky. I mean, our kids had to grow up with that garbage. Our kids had to hear that on the news. Our kids had to see that televised. You can see it. It's on YouTube right now. The hearing with Bill Clinton, where he answered questions about unbelievable crude things that he did in the Oval Office. And now let me tell you something, my friend. Let me tell you something, Senator Mike Lee and Mr. Chaffetz and Paul Ryan and the rest of you. And Carlos Fiorini and all of you. Many of you are good people. I'm not saying you're not good. You're good people. And you're better than this. But let me tell you something. You say, well, I've got a wife and I've got daughters and I can't accept that. Okay, throw Donald Trump under the bus and see what you get with Bill Clinton in the White House. Because they've already said it. You don't just get one. You're getting two for the price of one. Bill's going back to the White House. He's nothing but a predator. He's a womanizer. He's a filthy man. And okay, Donald Trump has talked filthy and been crude and sailor talk and engine room talk and locker room talk and it's all evil. It's bad. It's terrible. But I'm telling you, Bill Clinton has acted it out. Donald Trump hadn't killed anybody. He hadn't left men to die. He hadn't lied under oath. And you got to make your decision here, my friend. I hope you choose wisely because time's running out on us. And time's running out on our program too. My friend, the Lord's coming back. Things are happening fast. I don't know what's going to happen in the election. I don't know if there's going to be an election. But I know this. I want to do right. By God, I want to do right by my children, my grandchildren, and there's a lot at stake. The world is being prepared for the return of Jesus Christ to get His bride. The world is being prepared for the Antichrist to set up his world kingdom. That man's alive and well somewhere on the earth, very possibly seated right here in Washington, D.C., the Antichrist. Get ready, my friend. The Lord is going to return. Don't be left behind. Go to the website, godsfinaljubilee.com, and hope you'll visit the website and see about the conference going on just in a few days, the God's Final Jubilee Conference in Mankato, Minnesota. I'll be speaking twice, October the 15th. We got Dr. Clarkson coming from Prophecy News and lost his name. Billy Crone is coming from Nevada, Get a Life Ministries, and they'll be with us at the conference. You don't want to miss. If you're anywhere nearby, Wisconsin, Iowa, Minnesota, anywhere in the area there, and you'd like to come, you're close enough, come on out. It's going to be a great conference. Go to the website. You can read all about it. You can register there. Until next time, be looking for the trumpet. Be looking for the Lord Jesus Christ. He's coming soon. I hope you're ready. I hope you're not left behind when He comes.